Imagine this. You open your laptop, type a few words, and less than a minute later, a full 3D model appears on your screen. Textured, shaded, ready to be used in your next game or animation. No sculpting, no UV mapping, no endless hours tweaking polygons. Just type and it exists. Sounds unreal, right? Well, that's exactly what a new AI tool called Chat3D is trying to make possible. And today on IdeaPlex, we're diving deep into what this tool actually is, how it works, what it can and can't do, and why it might completely change the way we think about 3D creation. Now, if you've ever opened Blender or Maya, you know the pain I'm talking about. Creating 3D models is hard, it's slow, it's technical, and it takes a lot of patience. Even a simple prop like a chair or a rock can take hours to model, unwrap, texture, and light properly. For big studios, that's fine. They have teams of artists, pipelines, budgets, but for indie developers, small studios, or students, it's a huge bottleneck. The creative ideas are there, but the tools get in the way. That's the problem Chat3D wants to solve. This French startup, based in Lyon, has built a platform that promises to generate 3D models from text prompts or images in just a few seconds. Think of it as ChatGPT meets 3D modeling. You describe what you want and the AI does the rest. The company says its system can reduce modeling time by as much as 95% compared to traditional workflows. In other words, something that might have taken a day could now take a minute. So, how does it actually work? Chat3D uses generative AI models trained on thousands, maybe millions, of 3D shapes, textures, and materials. The AI learns what objects look like from every angle and how they behave in three-dimensional space. When you type a prompt, it doesn't just guess what the object should look like, it reconstructs it as a full 3D mesh, complete with textures and materials. It's the same principle behind text-to-image models like DALL-E or Midjourney, but instead of creating flat pictures, Chat3D builds actual 3D geometry. The tool can generate assets in popular formats that work with engines like Unreal Engine, Unity, and Blender. You can create props, vehicles, weapons, environments, even characters in some cases. It's designed for game developers, VR and AR creators, and digital artists who want to prototype faster. Some users say it's especially powerful for pre-visualization, creating quick mock-ups of game worlds or product concepts without needing to model everything manually. Now, let's take a step back and think about what this means for the creative industry. For years, 3D modeling has been one of the biggest barriers to entry in digital design. You could have an amazing game idea, but unless you could afford artists or spend hundreds of hours learning software, your vision would stay stuck in your head. Chat3D and tools like it are lowering that barrier in a massive way. Start on the Chat3D homepage and look for the Get Started button. It's the entry point they use to create an account. When you click Get Started, you'll be presented with sign-up options. Choose Continue with Google. A Google sign-in window will pop up. Select the Google account you want to use and click Allow/Continue. That automatically creates your Chat3D account and logs you in. No long form to fill out, and you'll be forwarded straight to your dashboard. Once you're signed in, this is what your dashboard looks like. The top left corner shows the Chat3D logo, so you always know which app you're in. In the top right, you'll see your profile circle or initials and small icons that represent your account credits or tokens and support /chat access. Chat. The most prominent action on the page is a purple new generation button near the top right. That's how you start creating assets. The main area of the dashboard is a timeline or gallery of past generations. Each entry shows a title, for example, luxury handbag or fire hydrant, a small preview thumbnail of the 3D result, and a timestamp that tells you when it was generated. Each card is clickable, so you can open that generation to inspect it in more detail. Near the previews, you'll often find buttons for actions such as download, duplicate, edit prompt, or delete. If the platform tracks usage, the dashboard will also show how many credits that generation consumed and whether the export is production ready or needs cleanup. Once you're logged in and on your Chat3D dashboard, the next step is to actually create your first 3D model. To do that, click on the New Generation button in the top right corner of the screen. This takes you to the main generation interface, the creative space where you can choose how you want to generate your model. On the left-hand side, you'll see a section titled Generate 3D Models. Here you can pick from several generation types. The first option, image/text to 3D. allows you to create a 3D model either by typing a text prompt or by uploading a reference image. The second option, multi-image to 3D, lets you use multiple image angles to help the AI generate a more accurate 3D object. There's also a third one labeled 3D model to 3D, but you'll notice it has a red ribbon saying coming soon, meaning that feature isn't available yet. Below those generation modes, there are a few helpful options and settings. You can toggle remove background if you're working with an image and want a clean subject extraction, or upscale image to enhance image quality before generation. Let's try the text to 3D feature using a simple example. Click into the text box and type your prompt, in this case, an ancient temple in a jungle overgrown with moss. Once your prompt is ready, scroll down to the bottom left and click the generate button. You'll notice a small credit icon beside it, which shows how many credits one generation will cost. After you click it, Chat3D begins the AI generation process. The screen then transitions to a progress page, which tells you that this process should take up to 2 minutes. During this time, Chat3D's AI engine is analyzing your text prompt, interpreting your description, and building a detailed 3D mesh along with textures and materials that match your scene. While waiting, you'll see 2 buttons: Go to My Library, which takes you back to your dashboard to view existing models, and New Generation, in case you want to queue another project. When the process completes, you'll be automatically redirected back to your library, where your newly generated model, in this case the ancient temple in a jungle, will appear as a thumbnail with a preview. You can click on it to open the model viewer, rotate it, inspect the details, and if satisfied, export or edit it further. This entire workflow, from clicking New Generation to entering a text prompt and generating your 3D model, is simple, intuitive, and designed so even beginners can turn ideas into tangible 3D assets within minutes. Now, let's take a step back and think about what this means for the creative industry. For years, 3D modeling has been one of the biggest barriers to entry in digital design. Think e-commerce, where products could instantly be converted into 3D models for interactive previews. Even in film and animation, AI-generated 3D could drastically speed up concept development. In short, Chat3D isn't just a new app, it's part of a bigger creative revolution. But as with all revolutions, it's worth approaching with curiosity and caution. Use these tools, experiment with them, push their limits, but also respect the craft behind 3D modeling. Understand what's happening under the hood, so you're not just a user, but a creator who knows how to make the most of AI. So, is Chat3D the future of 3D modeling? Maybe. It's definitely one of the most promising steps in that direction. It's fast, it's creative, and it opens the door for people who never thought they could make 3D art before. But it's also a reminder that even in an age of automation, creativity still starts with us, with our ideas, our stories, and our imagination. If you're a developer, designer, or creator, I'd highly recommend trying it out, not because it'll replace your workflow, but because it'll expand it. You might just find that it helps you bring your ideas to life in ways you didn't think possible. So, what do you think? Would you trust an AI to design your 3D assets? Do you see this as a creative boost or a creative threat? Let's start a conversation in the comments. And you've been watching IdeaPlex, where we explore the ideas shaping the future of innovation and design. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode, because the future is being built one idea at a time.